Welcome to MLC TV News August, reaching you live from the city of Lokoja, the confluent state of Nigeria. I am Joshua Adinoy. The headlines: Nigeria Communication Commission grants MAFAB Communications 5-month extension to roll out 5G. INEC says no going back on electronic election result transmission of 2023 general elections. Landslide kills dozens as monsoon rains lash northern eastern India. And Joshua loses rematch to USYK by a split decision. Now the news in detail. The offer made by the federal government to lecturers under the urges of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, may lead to a reduction in the salaries of entry-level lecturers under the graduate assistant cadre. It was also gathered that the federal government's offer was rejected by the majority of ASU members who had held their zonal congress. ASU's president, Professor Emmanuel Osedeke, while refusing to go into detail of the discussion with the government, however, described the proposal as a miserable offer. The union had cited the failure of the government to release revitalization funds for universities, non-release of earned allowances to lecturers, and the proliferation of universities by politicians and state governments, refusal to deploy the University Transparency Accountability System for the payment of salaries and allowances of lecturers, and refusal to renegotiate the ASU FGN 2009 agreement as reasons for its present strike. In a bid to resolve the strike and other continuous issues, the government had raised a panel led by the Pro-Chancellor of the Federal University of Lokoja, Professor Emeritus Nimi Briggs, to head the negotiation team with ASU. The Minister of Education, Adamu, while briefing newsmen, noted that the failure of the government to agree to the payment of 6 months arrears of salaries of the lecturers was stalling the strike call-off. According to Adamu, ASU insisted on its members receiving salaries for the period they have been on strike. MAFAB Communication, one of the 2 telecommunication firms that won the 5G spectrum licenses in December 2021, has been issued a 5-month extension for its rollout by Nigerian Communication Commission, NCC. In line with the condition of the 5G license, the licensees were expected to commence rollout of 5G service effective from August 24, 2022. However, MAFAB has been issued a 5-month extension following the delays in receiving its Unified Operation License (USAL) and numbering plan, which did not happen until the end of July. The benefits are far-reaching as the service will enable Nigerians to achieve more with broadband and increase the nation's broadband penetration, quality of service and capabilities. MAFAB Communications Limited is a telecommunication company incorporated and licensed by the NCC to provide and operate local interconnect and international carrier services. In the recent security breaches in Ondo State, where some Ibira people were mentioned to be allegedly involved in carrying out the killing in our church, Ibira community in the state are worried and have cautioned against politicizing the fight against insecurity to ensure victory in the war against banditry and kidnapping. The observation was made by the Ibira people from Kogi State living in Ondo State while addressing newsmen during a press conference in Akure, the Ondo State capital. The representatives of the people who came out from each of the 18 local government areas of the state said that the conference was imperative following an earlier meeting called at the instance of the state government, in which they were accused of not putting their houses in order in the area of security in the state.
In a communique read by Barrister Vincent Abiodun Imoru, copy of which was made available to journalists, the group noted that Nigeria's security challenges could not have gotten to its present alarming level if stakeholders have not been politicizing it and called for collaborative efforts to win the war. They particularly pointed out the listing of one Idris Ojo, who was an escapee from Kuje prison that was attacked on July 5, 2022. In the list of those arrested for carrying out the massacre in Owo on June 5, 2022, a month after, and lauded Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu for making the clarification shortly after the list was released by the Chief of Defense Staff, Lieutenant General Lucky Irabo, disclosing that they are not ready in any way to support or defend any of their kinsmen arrested for crime. Instead, report such persons to appropriate authorities. The people called on security agencies to always carry out thorough and verifiable investigations before going to the press, as their intelligence gathering, investigations and conclusions are always open for public evaluation and analysis. Having pleaded with the Ondo State government to establish Amotekun posts in some communities which are predominantly inhabited by Ebira people and enlist their interested youths in the security agency, they warned politicians who have cultivated the habit of importing Ebira youths from their state to Ondo State as political thugs, saying that they are ready to deal decisively with such youths, while using the forum to announce the banning of all Ebira traditional festivals from being held in any part of Ondo State. They posited that henceforth they will be collecting the data of all arrested suspected criminals of Ebira origin in the state for periodic presentation to their paramount ruler, the Ohinoin of Ebira land, His Royal Majesty Ado Ibrahim, for further tracing, invitation, and interrogation of their parents at the palace of their monarch in Okene, Kogi State.
On politics, former President Olusegun Obasanjo has said that the meeting with the presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Bola Tinubu, was not a political one. Obasanjo cautioned supporters of Bola Tinubu from claiming that he has endorsed Tinubu at the closed-door meeting held at his hilltop mansion in Abeokuta, saying such claims were unhelpful to Tinubu. In a statement by his special assistant on media, Kehinde Akinyemi, Obasanjo pointed out that the meeting was more broadly than political at the request of Bola. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has debunked the news making the rounds that the commission has reverted to the manual process of transmitting results. INEC National Commissioner and Chairman, Information and Voter Education Committee, Festus Okoye, debunked the rumor in a press release made available to journalists. He stated that the misunderstanding arose from the recent interview granted to a national newspaper on the procedure for result management during elections.
Okoye said some have misinterpreted the explanation, saying it is not correct. The Commission procedure for result transmission remains the same as in recent governorship elections in Edo and Osun states, that there will be no change in all future elections, including the 2023 general elections. Okoye assured Nigerians that the electronic transmission of results has come to stay. He said it adds to the credibility and transparency of the process when citizens follow polling unit level results on the INEC result viewing portal on real time on election day. Festus Okoye said there will be no change of deviation in subsequent elections and that the entire gamut of result management is provided for in Section 60, 62 and 64 of the Election Act 2022. In line with the provision of the law, the Commission in April this year released a detailed clarification of the procedure for transmission, collation and declaration of results, which was shared with all stakeholders and uploaded to the Commission's website. Okoye appealed to all Nigerians to avail themselves of the provision of the Electoral Act and the Commission's detailed explanation of the procedure, and not reach a conclusion on the basis of media headlines.
The composition of the Media and Communication Directorate of the Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu Kashim Shettima campaign has been announced. The directorate, approved by the presidential candidate, is made up of 3 departments: Public Affairs, Media and Publicity, and Strategic Communication. In the approved directorate, Bayo Onanuga, the managing director of the News PM News and former managing director of News Agency of Nigeria, NAN, will continue his role as Director of Media and Publicity. Dele Alake, a former Commissioner for Information and veteran editor, will serve as Director of Strategic Communication, a role he served for the Buhari campaign in 2014 to 2015. Minister of State for Labour, Festus Keyamo, will continue his role as spokesperson of the campaign as Director of Public Affairs. The directorate will also have 6 deputy directors that include Lanre Isa Onilu, Deputy Director, Communication Strategy, Hanatu Musawa, Deputy Director, Public Affairs, Kehinde Bamigbeton, Deputy Director, Media Relations. Modibo Kawu will be Deputy Director of Media and Publicity, while Mohammed Bulama will be in charge of Multimedia. Shehu Olufemi White will be the Deputy Director, News Media. The tribodal arrangement, the first in a presidential campaign, has a line of other assistant directors and senior officials representing the nation's various regions with job specifications spelled out. The campaign structure will also soon unveil representatives and spokespersons in all the states of the Federation. We go on a short break. We'll be right back.
Get human interest stories right here on MLC TV with entertainment, sports, business, culture, tourism, and fashion news stories all featured on MLC TV. Not forgetting political and current affairs news, state and federal government and people's matters will be discussed regularly on MLC TV. MLC TV, your one-stop online destination for unbiased, accurate news, entrepreneur ideas, and youth matters to the rest of the world. MLC TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone.
Welcome back. On crime, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, has intercepted 2.3 million tablets of illicit pharmaceutical opioids and other psychoactive substances meant for distribution in 7 northern states of Borno, Kano, Kaduna, Sokoto, Zamfara, Gombe, and Nasarawa. Director Media and Advocacy Femi Babafemi, who disclosed this on Sunday, said the tablets and capsules of tramadol and other illicit substances meant for the 7 states were seized from locations across Kaduna, Kogi, Sokoto, and the FCT. In another development, a freight agent, Njoko Elizabeth, has been arrested for attempting to export 250 grams of tramadol and cannabis to Dubai through the narco export shed. An Italy-bound passenger, Oziembe Andrew, was also on Friday arrested with 600 grams of tramadol while attempting to board Royal Air Maroc flight to Italy via Casablanca.
Youth across the globe have been called upon to desist from crime and cultism. The Baale of Olubori or Dufa, Ekore Oworoshoki, Koshofe local government area of Lagos State, Chief Surajuddin Lasisi Awomade Miyaki made the call in his speech during the 10th year anniversary of his reign on the throne. He said youth should make themselves useful for the country by joining different security units to fight and defend their fatherland and loved ones. The traditional ruler enjoined the state government to support its administration by providing the essential needs of the people in the community and its environment in order for them to be comfortable and be at peace with each other. He further pleaded with the state government to look into making Ishese Day festival a public holiday for the traditional worshippers, just as Christmas and Salah are made public holidays for the Christians and Muslims nationwide.
On foreign news, floods and landslides triggered by intense monsoon rains has killed at least 50 people in northern and eastern India over the last 3 days. According to officials in the country, the rains overwhelmed hundreds of villages, sweeping away houses and leaving residents stranded as rescue crew have been racing to evacuate survivors. Earlier this month, the federal weather official had predicted that India was likely to receive an average amount of rain in August and September, pointing to overall good crop yields in Asia's third biggest economy that relies on farming to boost growth and generate jobs. Heavy showers followed by landslide and flooding in the Himalayan state of Himachal Pradesh over the past 3 days also killed at least 36 people. In the neighboring mountainous state of Uttarakhand, an official government release said that 4 were killed and 13 were missing due to continuous rainfall. In the eastern state of Odisha, at least 6 people lost their lives amidst ongoing torrential rains. Floods have affected nearly 800,000 people and displaced thousands from their homes in Odisha, with rains disrupting electricity and water supply and damaging road infrastructure. The state has evacuated 120,000 people so far from the affected areas. Let's now join Jonah Malik for the sports update.
And on sports updates, the highly anticipated heavyweight rematch between British Nigerian Anthony Joshua versus Alexander USYK ended early on Sunday morning, with USYK retaining his IBF, IBO, WBA and WBO titles on split decision. Former champion Anthony Joshua, who lost the 4 titles to the Ukrainian last September, looked extremely trimmed and relaxed at the packed King Abdullah Sports Arena in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, but failed to reclaim his lost belts. But USYK won the rematch inside the Jeddah Superdome. After 12 hard-fought rounds, USYK had his hand raised after taking a split decision in a fight where there was truly no doubt he deserved to be named the victor. The official scorecard after the fight reads 115 to 113 and 116 to 112 for USYK, with one 115 to 113 card inexplicably turned in for Joshua. Still on sports, Leon Edwards became Britain's second ever UFC champion after he defeated Nigerian Kamaru Usman at the UFC 278 main event at the Vivint Smart Home Arena in Salt Lake City, USA on Sunday morning. The Jamaican-born Briton, however, avenged his loss in 2015, leaving Utah as welterweight champion after landing a vicious kick that sent Usman sprawling to the canvas with just seconds left of their 5-bout clash. Usman was leading, however, in round 5. The unlikely happened as the Brit fainted and tricked Usman, using the opening to land a solid left kick on Usman's head, which sent the Nigerian Nightmare to an early rest. On becoming the new UFC welterweight champion, Edwards said he feels great. They said he couldn't do it, but look at him now. And straight to football, Saturday matches played saw Arsenal beating Bournemouth 3-0, while Tottenham Hotspur defeated Wolves by 1-0. Crystal Palace crushed Aston Villa 3-1. A matches played on Sunday in the EPL saw Leeds United defeated Chelsea by 3-0. West Ham lost at home by 2-0 to Brighton, while the last match of the day saw the defending champions came from 2-0 down to draw 3-3 with Newcastle United. Arsenal are currently occupying the first position in the EPL. Monday evening we see the match of the week as Manchester United hosts Liverpool. In Bundesliga, Bochum lost to Bayern Munich 7-0, while Frankfurt played out a 1-1 draw with FC Cologne. In French Ligue 1, Clermont beat Nice by 1-0. Toulouse and Lens played a 2-2 draw, while Lille lost 1-7 to PSG. In Italian Serie A, Napoli defeated Monza by 4-0. Atlanta and AC Milan played out a 1-1 draw, and Bologna and Verona also played out a 1-1 draw. In the Spanish La Liga, Atletico Madrid lost at home to Villarreal by 2-0, while Real Sociedad lost to Barcelona by 1-4. And that's sports update on MLC TV News. I am Malik Jonah reporting. Back to Akasta for more stories.
Thanks for the update, Jonah. Over to Matthias Ayodeji Peter for the entertainment news.
On entertainment, Nigeria singer and songwriter Benson revealed the tracklist for his next album, Bad Since 97. The 7-track album includes his 2022 release Kenkele featuring Wandeko. The tracklist reveals the presence of Afrobeats megastars Olamide and Wizkid, who joins Wandeko on the project. Benson's debut project Better Late Than Sorry was underwhelming, and with his second attempt, he will be hoping to put up a better performance. His intention to deliver a top body of work can be deduced from his choice of powerhouses Wizkid and Olamide as featured artists. Fans will be expecting the 7-track album to deliver a couple of hits, which hopefully will be better than the sadly predicted content Kekele offered. Bad Since 97 is set to release on August 25, 2022, and Benson will be hoping to get it right this time. Trino Motion Pictures 2021 comedy Duras Guy has premiered on Netflix over a year after its theatrical release. Directed by Udoka Oyeka, Duras Guy stars Lasisi Elenu on his debut role as Temi, an obnoxious senior executive who loses his ability to speak proper English after a cost is placed on him. He must find a way to lift the cost ahead of a crucial business major deal. The title premiered to rousing reviews from film lovers in March 2021. Critics also commended Elenu's performance alongside Brucey Franklin, Norbert Young, Tina Umba, Ireti Doll, Yemi Solade, Nancy Sime, Omotunde Adebowale David, Ibrahim Suleiman, Imo Ebo, Charles Etubiebe, as well as comedians Bereshagi, Frank Donga, and MC Lively. The Last Guy Netflix debut follows the streamer's recent big review of its newest slate of African titles. And that is all on entertainment news today. My name is Matthias Ayodeji Peter, reporting for MLC TV. Back to Akasta for more stories.
Thank you, Matthias.
2 children have been confirmed dead in another building collapse on Adeleye Street, Ladilak, Bariga, Lagos State. 3 adults also sustained varying degrees of injuries in the incident, which occurred Sunday night. The Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, LASEMA, confirmed the collapse of the building in a situation report made available to journalists. LASEMA said rescue efforts are still ongoing at the scene. Permanent Secretary of the agency, Olufemi Oke, said the agency has activated all its response plans, stressing that upon arrival at the incident scene, the agency discovered that the tank scaffolding of a 2-story building collapsed on a bungalow beside it and affected 2 rooms. He added that the agency's response team, alongside Lagos State Fire and LASBCA, are responders at the incident scene while rescue operation continues.
And that's the size of our package for today. Join us tomorrow at this same hour to watch our news as we give you updates on happenings within and across the globe. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Malachite TV. Like and follow our Facebook page, MLC TV, Instagram, MLC TV 2021, Twitter at MLC TV1. For your event coverage, information, contribution, advert and sponsorship, please call any of our numbers displayed on your screen. Join us on Friday and Saturday to watch our special programs. It's Malachite TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone. I am Joshua Adinoy. Please continue to be your brother's keeper to build a united and peaceful society together.